welcome to adrianmcmastergaming. The moment you've all been waiting for with the video. There's the unboxing of my brand new computer that cost me £3,670. So that is the case, what you see there, which I'll be opening first. So it's a 𝗪𝗁𝗀𝗀 900 by 𝗪𝗁𝗀𝗀𝗀. Now, I've never used them before. The case I currently have for the current computer is a 𝗪𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀, which is a big beast. And that's what, like the case I have there, is also a big case. So I am to the left of the camera. Now I'm filming in my living room, as you may notice, like I've mentioned in the post, so I'm filming on the floor, which is awkward. Now I do have a camera that's, as you see there, power. It's like a 4K camera, hopefully it will be well when editing. And so let's go to the box carefully about cutting my hands open. So safety is always a priority. So this is looking at the box, great big polystyrene, so let me pull that out of the way. Oh. Okay, so we have a, well, it's a beast of a case, one, the looks of it, so. Okay, so this is the actual case. There's the dust on it. Now it's not actually scratched, so what I'm seeing there, there's like a plastic coating on there which will peel off. Oh my god, it is glass. So I'll put that out. I have watched a video about this to see what's what, which is interesting. So in the box we have a plate for hard drives, which is useful, quite interesting really. You can actually take these out and we'll put them in, so that's quite good. So those are your hard drive things. So where would them? We have a, what's that? So that must be so in there, that as the load it says, must be for the big hard drives and the metal ones. I just noticed the screw holes there, you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. They're for your smaller hard drives. I hadn't properly realised that, so that's why. I'm not sure. Does that connect at the back somewhere, or? Ah. No, it definitely doesn't connect there. So I'm not sure where that goes as yet, but I don't think they clip. Well, they certainly don't clip. Where are we now? The camera there. So they certainly don't clip like they do on that. Now I aren't filming in 4K. If it was, that's why it's probably zoomed in. Inside the case, I see another fan, which is at the back, which is the exhaust. Now I can. Oh, it's on rubber mount. Hey, that's interesting. It's on rubber mounts, so it's ought to be pretty quiet. And I can tell the fan's pretty clean, never been used. So that'll be the exhaust. I can tell because I can see the label facing me, and I remember that when you put fans in, the label facing you, right? So if the label's facing you, the air will flow the opposite way. So the air is being sucked in from where my finger's pointing and going out. So what have we got? The same with the fans at the front. Now you'll see there's like a label on the fans, but the main label's at the front. So let me show you this. Let them on the floor. So there's a nice filter there. So there's your label, 1, 2. So that's it's the rounded side. The other side where it's got all the voltage tells you all that. So those fans will be taking the air in, so it's going across. But with me hydro-cool, that bit at the top, that'll be, which I'm not sure, air up. I don't know what these. There's a panel at the back. I'm not sure what they're for yet. There's one at the front. I wonder if that's for charging your mobile, like by you. Put the mobile on there and it charges. I wonder if that's that. Quite nice USB. It's quite a nice finish on there, which I quite like. Instead of like it's quite solid. It isn't like doesn't feel like some cheap. Even the case I've got there, that cost me, what was that, 80, I think it was £80, like £65. And it wasn't bad for it is, it's quite pretty good, but it doesn't feel, with the case I've got under my desk, doesn't feel same quality as this. This feels real sturdy. And so what have we got? Right, so we're going to have a look at the back panel. Now let's see what we got there. Now I can tell motherboard will go, oh, 1, 2, 3, actually you've got your screw pegs on, which is interesting. On some of them you don't actually get that, plus you've got a great big gap here, which is interesting. Let me turn this around. I'll tell you what that's for. Fans, that's interesting. So I could put 2 fans there if I wanted. And I hadn't actually realised that, so I wouldn't. It's not like a sort, you can see that it's a bit on there, you know. I could play, you know, but it's still got the be quiet, you know, the be quiet. It's got the padding on there to stop any vibrating. Okay, so now we actually have the motherboard, and I did have a knife to open the box, but I can't find that. Why would I just put that? The invisible knife disappears. It was there 1 minute, gone. Oh, there it is. You can see my foot, of course, going on the floor. So we have the motherboard. As you can see, I'm not sure which way up it is. Might be upside down or. So it's actually a Prime Z690A. It's quite a heavy box, so I don't know what's in there. Sealed by Amazon. Box. Maybe somebody's tried to open the box there. I'll put that down on the floor for the time being. We've got cables, and so there we have cables. We have the adapter to connect the power reset and everything else, and a manual in there with a disc. This is interesting. Smells new, so it's more like somebody that had the motherboard, they could have returned it. It's difficult to tell. What is that? We have a strange looking screw there for something which I am not quite sure what that is. We have some sticker things which I ain't sure what those are for inside as yet, but that is the one for your power reset, you can see that. And then you've got the disc, which you probably have drivers on there for certain things, which is useful. So what I'll do, I'll keep those in the box for the time being. So I can see that's the yeah, so that'll be the primary one for the graphics card there, which I can definitely tell. That's a P, which I can never remember what they call it, P something or another. PXE, is it something like that's called, where you put your motherboard. That's the 16 lane. You got a 14 lane. Now I know some people might try to use 2 graphics cards. Problem, when you do that, it goes from 16 to 8, or if that could be 4, I don't know what that is, more than likely 8. That will be the PCI, oh no, it's a 6 actually, I see on there. PCI, yeah, and this one is a 16, I can see the little numbers. PCI 16, PCI 6, so, oh no, 16. Now that's very rare, so so the price you pay is what you get, so that's interesting. So I actually see PCI 16 G3, so that is useful. There's, you've got another plasticky protection on there. Oh no, so you got SATA, you got, what do we have? 1, 2, so there's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I won't be able to have all my hard drives add with the other one, so I'm just looking what we've got. There's something there to connect some other type. Oh, that's what those screws are. So I thought, but it's to connect, I don't know what they call them, some storage which you put on the motherboard. I can see the Cosmos battery. There are 2 USB connections. That's to connect the the wires and whatnot. I can see there where you put the adapter. C4 fan, pump W put. Now I've got to make sure the pumps I've got connected in the right place. So that's a CA chassis fan, another fan there, chassis fan, chassis fan. See that? So then we've got. See, that's the actual processor and RAM. It's an i9 processor, so I'll do that bit now. I think on the cool, it's already got the compound stuff on. If it hadn't, I have to add that myself, but I shall have it. So this is your processor. It's important when you add the processor in the correct way, otherwise, well, you won't mess up. Now, what I know with Intel, they're different to AMD. I've had AMD processors in the past. They have all the pins on which can easily be bent. What do you have here? Probably a cooler or some kind in there. No, I don't really need the cooler. Ah, yeah. Oh, right. Making sure you do this correct. So that is your processor. Now I'm looking on. There should be a arrow on this. I don't see one, but some people would get confused with this. I mean, I don't want to touch the actual components. Oh, right. I do see an arrow. Very tiny arrow, just about. I don't know. Not sure if you can actually see that. There's an arrow there. If you're not sure, the pot watch it. So what you have to do is you push down on that little thing, lift. So you leave that tab on there. So what you do is look at where the plastic case is, and I can see that straight away. If I was to put this in that way, those plastic cutouts don't line up. So it's the writing which faces, you know, the writing starts at the top, goes down. So that's the way it goes. So we put that in. Yeah, it just drops in nicely. Then you put that case back down, and what should happen when you push down, the plastic thing flips off. Then you bring this light pin back down, push, and there we are, push down. And that's your processor fixed in. Next will be the RAM. So this motherboard will take up to 64 gig of RAM. Yeah, we're not going to put that in there, so I'll put that out of the way for the time being. So this will take 64 gig of RAM, which I've got here. So there's a 32 pack and a 32 pack. So make sure you've got plenty of RAM. And as always, they're like stuck together awkwardly. So which way do they open? There. So when you use the knife, always be careful what you do. So what I'm going to do is bring the camera up a touch. There we go. So you should always be careful when using a knife, because you don't want to go, otherwise it'd be a hospital job. There we go, that's one open. So this is it isn't the top speed RAM, it's, obviously it cost me all the money, so I'll open the other one ready. So remember when you had the RAM inside, you'll notice there are slots. So this is DDR5. The motherboard takes DDR5. I checked that for PhD. That was the main thing. Now remember, DDR4, DDR3 and other that will not fit a DDR5, because them slots might be further, you know, it's something the manufacturers do. And it's not wise to mix and match with the RAM either. That's why I bought all the same. Now I can see straight away if you were going to use two, the colour coded, which is useful. So what you do, you've got a 1 and a 2 you use first, or it's actually showing unusual. So it's showing 1 and 2. It's showing you use the 2 grey ones first, right? But because I've got 4, I'm using all 4. It's a bit like having a car, 4 wheels. So I've got 4 wheels, you know. Let's take that out. So see that's the Vengeance. I don't know if that's got lights on it or what. I'm going to place that in, so that will go. There's only one way to. Oh, so first we need to undo the clips, which are 1, 2, 3. So I can see that they only go one way round. Let me double check this. Yeah, definitely. They only go the one way round. So you line up with that cut out, which is where my finger's pointing. Then you slide in. I don't think this clip open. No, it doesn't. There's only one side it opens. Don't put too much pressure because you could have damage in. You don't. When it goes in, so then you push it down until you hear it click. Same again for the next ram. I know somebody tried to tell me once 4 ram sticks means not to slow down the fit. No. It's using all lanes. It makes it more efficient. The old computer I've already got to buy it. The current computer I've already got to buy it for that. So you put the next ram stick in. There it goes. That's that in. And then the next ram stick, the 4th one. There are videos out there that show, you know, for a beginner in complete detail what to do. Well, I suppose you can follow this in the way. That's the 4 ram sticks in. Feel nice and smooth. So that. So now I've got to put this motherboard inside the case. Then I'll do the rest. Okay, I found like the right screws. So there's a lot of them that sort of like didn't fit. So you've got to make sure they are the right ones. I'll put the motherboard in. Lined up with the pegs properly. Somehow. What you want to make sure is you have a good set of screwdrivers. So make sure you've got the correct one for the correct screws. So yeah, I can feel that nipping. It's a magnetic type. So what I'm going to do first. Screw this one out. So this is your next item, which is the hydro cooler. Let's see if this is actually sealed. Appears to be. So it normally opens. It says normally open. There it is. That's your lid. Opens there. So now let's see what we've got for this. So we have instructions. Keep those to one side. And a bit like 1 million wires. Right, so we have the fans. 1, 2, 3 fans. I've got plates. No, I'm not. Alright. Oh, look at that. The one thing you should always have the screws. Then we've got the hydro cooler and I'm not sure what that is. USB something or another to connect. Not sure what you do with that just yet. And then you've got the hydro cooler, the radiator, so which is, yes. So in the other computer, it's only like the 2 fan radiator. This is the 4 fan one, 3. Now, what plate that's for? Now I don't know if the plate's for Intel or. It's obvious this has been opened by probably the seller. Okay, so that would be the other one. Yes, there is compound paste, I see on there, and there's a bracket. I'm not sure what that bracket is for, so I'm going to have a look at that first. And there's the fan white one. So you've got the fan wires and something else, and what is that? It's like a satellite type connection thing, isn't it, that goes in? Oh, SATA power, I see it. What's that? 𝗪𝗁𝗀𝗏123. Not sure where that goes just yet, I'll have to look at the manual. Then you've got the 4-pin connectors, interesting. Oh right, I know what they were before. Those will be to connect the fans to, won't they? Of course. So what you'll do is you connect the fans to those. Now that's interesting there. So then, yeah, so you connect the fan to the wires, then the SATA, one of the SATA things provides the power. Then there's also one which I presume is for the fan power, so that's interesting now. So you've got the fans, which are done by Corsair. Now I've got to work out how I'm going to connect this. So I know see there's a bit of the thermal paste has been cut off, not much. So I know when it goes in the case it's got to go something like that way somehow. Yeah, it should go in nice and easy, because and also the Blu-ray drive I've got there will go in. That's for loading stuff in. As I still have programs, Microsoft stuff which I still use. Interesting. So I'll put that there. What else is in this box? Anything got to check under? No, nothing in the box. Yeah, that's the only thing when you buy stuff, the packaging that's being thrown away. You know. Yeah. So what have we got? So I think, not exactly too sure what them brackets, they're either for AMD or one of the other AMD types. That's what them like. One of them, not sure which one's. That's strange. This why it's back in there. One is for an Intel. I'm not sure what that's for. I don't think that's for Intel. It's square. Might be AMD again. There's a plate or some kind of. Might be some kind of some kind of big rising type. What they for was that? I'm not too sure. I think the bracket is already on. It's for Intel, which I hope it is. I shall know by. I hope it will fit on them. The next thing I want to do is connect the fans. So it's going to be the bottom, it's going to go like the other way round, as you might have you fancy it. So I'm going to connect those fans on like so. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 fans. Now you've got to remember which way the fans are going to go. So again, I'll show you this. Now they don't always have arrows, or do they? No. I'm just looking if there is arrows on. No. So this probably would confuse people. So the way to know which way round these will go, remember what I said earlier? You got plain label, that's the way the air is taken in. So the air goes in, that's your front. That is the back of the fan, that's the way the air goes out. So if it's at the front of your computer, well, that's the way you would see the fans. With that label telling you about the 12 volts and all that on there, that's at the back inside. But so for me, they've obviously got to be placed on like some way, either that or, well, that, because the fans will be blowing the air on the radiator, not the other way around, because they're taking the air away, and this is great, it's got to have cold air. So also there'll be cold air blown in, so it'll be sort of circulated, but there'll be slightly warmish air. Now I'd probably sort of say, well, what, put the fans at the top now. That's what I've got to look at the case first to work that one out. So what I'll do first of all, shift these out, everything out of the way, and then have a look inside the case. Take that top off. Okay, nice. That's nice and easy to come off. At least you haven't got the wires attached to the top. That's interesting. So what have we got there? So also this, right, that's useful, so that lifts off so I can see what is there. So we've got, that's all the USB switches and yeah, so I'll have to raise this off so I can see that full screen. Once we've got loud through, we have to move. Cut that short. It's just a little out. I just shoot it over short. Yeah. What we call cheers. You don't want to shoot. You don't have to wait down. We're able to back. Go call them in. Because I need to show panel right. Not right. Right. Now with the Blu-ray drive there should be screws. Now you probably ask what does one of the Blu-ray drive for? Because some programs I've got by Microsoft are on a disc. There might not be any screws. If not, I've got some. That will go in. No? Right. No screws. So with a Blu-ray drive, you can see which way it goes. Not sure if I'm filming upside down or it. If I am, I can correct that by editing. So that will go in somewhere. Obviously I can't put the Blu-ray drive at the top, right at the top, so it's got to go. Alright, that'll do. Perfect, so it'll go. There. There we go, so I need that, screws. These might be the right ones, I hope. So all you need is about 4. Yeah, the screws are biting. So what we've got, see if I can see the other side. It's getting, the case is actually getting heavier. I can see there. So the next one will be the heat. So I've just put the fans in. I don't know if I recorded that or not, or might have missed. So the fans are connected. I'll show that in order to watch it. Where the fans at the top, the radiators towards the bottom, so the air is blowing down to the radiator. Right now, so we've got the heat sink out. Now this is the worst bit. Got to be careful to put that the way out. So make sure again it's nice and easy. So let me have a look at how this connects. First of all, I just can't see what I'm doing. If I to top this to its side, there, so one has just got on the side to the cooler. Don't really get much space for your fingers, so that's why, because I've got the ram chips there. So watch this bit of plastic here broken somewhere. So another bit. Yeah, so whoever's had it before me has broken the bit. So I will. I don't know what it is that's broken, or it's something underneath. You might need a tiny, just a fraction of a twist with the pliers. That's the heat sink. So what I'm doing here now, so remember I put sellotape on to prevent it getting the cover coming off. You can see there's a cover of that, I'll come off in a minute. So carefully take the cover off, try not to touch the thermal paste. Then that's it, place that on nicely. I don't know if you can see that, that's it. Then you've got the bigger type thumb screws. Now these can be attached by a screwdriver. I've got to tighten these up gently, not over tight, as you can damage the motherboard. I'm hoping the motherboard's okay, I won't know until tomorrow. That's it, it's fitted nicely. Oh, what's this? That's odd, it's like a plastic cover that actually comes off. No, there's a plastic thing to take off. That's interesting. Then the black plastic cover will go back on. So yeah, it goes on the same way, whichever way it goes on. You can see the lugs, so it clicks into place. So that's the cooler on. Whew. Now I've got to connect no, power supply, which goes somewhere at the back. Right, there's the front. It's a 1000 watt. You open the box. So you open the box, you get your power supply lead, which is the one from my country, the UK. You've got cable ties, interesting, manual, safety instructions, cables, and the power supply. Oh, that's a big beast. Alright, so I've just done the graphics card. Again, I've just connected the power supply cables, you'll see there. Quite huge. Remember, I aren't doing this at the studio, so obviously I'm going to use the top slot, which is a 16 PXI or PX. Is it PCIe-XI? No, it isn't. It's a PCIe-X 16 G5, so what it is. So, and I've got I've got some seconds from the bottom, like the covers I've taken off. There's 3 taken off there, so this slot's in to take care of me slotting in, not make sure you get this lined up nicely. And then it should, as I'm all there connected like it is. Oh, there's plenty of room there for the hard drives to go in. So now I'm going to reconnect the thumb screws with difficulty. It's understandable why there's 3 to make sure it's secure. They don't want it like waddling, bouncing about or anything. Last thing you want. And with it being a big PC case, there's a hell of a lot of like airflow. More than enough, this is what I want. Air in, air out, it's called. Not just air in and not out. There's it. So as usual, as I always say, if you like what you're seeing, click like. If you want to see more from me, click subscribe. And thanks for watching.